Welcome! It's Facts You Don't Know. If it's your first time here and you want to find out new facts that will definitely make you smarter and more, well, and first make sure to subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss anything.
She chased the beggar away, but after a few days she was speechless when introduced to her. This incident occurred in one of the countries of Europe. An old tramp walked down the street, collecting plastic cans and bottles on his way. Then he put them in his bag to be recycled. He noticed that he had reached a certain block where there were many houses. It was clear that poor people live here. The old man noticed that there were many old cans in the garden of one of the houses and went to pick them up. The man began his work. He collected all the beer cans and cardboard boxes, but at that moment a young girl ran out of the house. Having carefully examined the man, she kicked him away, but a few days later she found out who he was. Days later, that young woman went downtown to meet her best friend there. There, Marta began to tell her friend about her fiancé, whom she would marry in a few weeks. Rhea told her that he gave her precious things and he's always keen that she wearing the most beautiful clothes and buying the most expensive and luxurious things. Her friend was very happy when she heard the good news from Marta. And in the meantime, Marta's fiancé named Antonio called her and told her he'd pick up her in few minutes. Marta did not want her friend to see her fiancé's luxurious car and suddenly parked in the luxury car in front of them. Then the young woman rushed to her fiancé and embarrassed him, then asked him to leave immediately. Antonio, who turned out to be a decent gentleman, approached Marta's friend, welcomed her and kissed her hand, then offered her to drive her to her home. Marta is upset with the way that her fiancé treated with her friend. Then he takes his fiancée on a tour. Marta told her fiancé that she wanted to meet his parents because he had promised her that, as he told her that they would go after her friend reached her home. He went to Antonio's house to meet his parents. On the way, the young man told his fiancée that his parents, although they are rich, are very humble and very pleasant, especially his father, who lives a very simple life. He assured her that they will be very happy to meet her. "Good baby, you know, I'm a simple young woman and I love and respect so many simple people," Marta said. When the two arrived at the luxurious home of Antonio's parents, one of the servants came and opened the door for them. Then he accompanied them into the palace, which Marta had never seen before. When the couple enters the hall, they find a beautiful and elegant woman, who looks like a young woman, but in fact she's the mother of Antonio. Marta greeted her and expressed her happiness at the meeting, while the mother welcomed her at her house and told her that she is exactly as beautiful as Antonio described it. The young man left his mother and fiancé talk each other inside the hall and went out to the palace garden to find his father to meet his fiancé. Moments later, the young man returned with his father, and as soon as she saw him, Marta was very shocked and asked her fiancé about what this man was doing in his palace. Antonio's father was the same man that Marta found in the garden collecting plastic bottles and expelled him. Meanwhile, Antonio smiled and told her that this man is his father, Pedro Patilio, a well-known businessman throughout the country. The man, despite his immense wealth, deliberately wears worn clothes and cut out to help society, as he wanders and collects plastic bottles that harm the environment, cleans sidewalks and helps the poor. Antonio's father looked at Marta and then smiled after learning about her, then welcomed her and told his wife and son what happened at Marta's house that day. The young woman was very shy and didn't say anything. Antonio was shocked after he heard his father's words and made sure that everything he said was true because his fiancée was completely silent, after which they separated and he looked for another wife.
Thanks for watching. Please like and share the video in social networks. We'll be right back to you as fast as we can.